What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS.
With the eyes of the nation on the presidential election coming up in less than a week, Kamala Harris just secured a huge endorsement from a prominent Republican. Arnold Schwarzenegger took to Twitter writing, "I don't really do endorsements, I'm not shy about sharing my views, but I hate politics and don't trust most politicians. I also understand that people want to hear from me because I am not just a celebrity, I'm a former Republican governor. My time as governor taught me to love policy and ignore politics. I'm proud of the work I did to clean up our air, create jobs, balance the budget, make the biggest infrastructure investment in state history, and take power from the politicians and give it back to the people when it comes to our redistricting process and our primaries in California. That's policy. It requires working with the other side, not insulting them to win your next election. And I know it isn't sexy to most people, but I love it when I can help make people's lives better with policies like I still do through my institute at USC, where we fight for clean air and stripping the power from the politicians who rig the system against the people. Let me be honest with you. I don't like either party right now. My Republicans have forgotten the beauty of the free market, driven up deficits, and rejected election results. Democrats aren't any better at dealing with deficits, and I worry about their local policies hurting our cities with increased crime. It is probably not a surprise that I hate politics more than ever, which, if you're a normal person who isn't addicted to this crap, you probably understand. I want to tune out, but I can't, because rejecting the results of an election is as un-American as it gets. To someone like me who talks to people all over the world and still knows America is the shining city on a hill, calling America a trash can for the world is so unpatriotic it makes me furious. And I will always be an American before I am a Republican. That's why this week I am voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I'm sharing it with all of you because I think there are a lot of you who feel like I do. You don't recognize our country, and you are right to be furious. For decades, we've talked about the national debt. For decades, we've talked about comprehensive immigration reform that secures our border while fixing our broken immigration system. And Washington does nothing. The problems just keep rolling, and we all keep getting angrier because the only people that benefit from problems aren't you, the people. The only people that benefit from this crap are the politicians who prefer having talking points to win elections to the public service that will make Americans' lives better. It is just a game to them. But it is life for my fellow Americans. We should be pissed. But a candidate who won't respect your vote unless it is for him, a candidate who will send his followers to storm the Capitol while he watches with a Diet Coke, a candidate who has shown no ability to work to pass any policy besides a tax cut that helped his donors and other rich people like me, but helped no one else, a candidate who thinks Americans who disagree with him are the bigger enemies than China, Russia, or North Korea, that won't solve our problems. It will just be 4 more years of bullshit with no results that make us angrier and angrier, more divided and more hateful. We need to close the door on this chapter of American history, and I know that former President Trump won't do that. He will divide, he will insult, he will find new ways to be more un-American than he already has been, and we the people will get nothing but more anger. That's enough reason for me to share my vote with all of you. I want to move forward as a country, and even though I have plenty of disagreements with their platform, I think the only way to do that is with Harris and Walz. Vote this week, turn the page, and put this junk behind us. And even if you disagree with me, vote, because that's what we do as Americans. Vote.org.
When I saw this yesterday, I was so happy, and I really, again, wish that more people like Arnold Schwarzenegger came out sooner than this. We're less than a week away from the general election. Early voting has been in process since last week in most states, and I got mine in on Tuesday. I was going to go last week, but it just was a whole lot of stuff going on. But the fact that he did come out and say something, I will give him credit for. I will give the applause to that because it needed to be done. Donald Trump is not what this country needs. It's not, for the most part, what this country wants. And the people that are like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they are the ones that really need to stand up, speak out, and turn the page on this fool, because he has put this country into such a terrible space financially as well as civilly that I'm hopeful things can turn around and come back from. But I don't think I've ever in life seen where there were people who wanted to have a person to be the leader of the country so bad that they were out here giving prophecies saying that God spoke to them and God said this and God said that. I just don't believe that. And I believe that these people are crazy that do that stuff, as well as they're grifters, because they get people that are enjoying what they're doing and they're giving them money and they're gaining followers and viewers and support and all of that stuff. And for whatever reason, it's financially beneficial for them to promote Donald Trump. So I'm glad to see Arnold Schwarzenegger came out and said, no, this is not what this country needs. We really need to turn the page on this fool. And he was honest about it. He didn't just come out and say, I'm voting for Kamala, or saying, you know, I'm not voting for Donald Trump, but not saying who he's voting for, because we know some people do that too, which I feel is a punk move. But yeah, some people have done that. Like, Mike Pence should have been the first one to say, I don't like Kamala, but I'm voting for her because this this jackass tried to get me murked on January 6th, 2021. The people who hate him already hate him anyway, so I don't know what it would have hurt him to say, I'm voting for Kamala. Now, he did say he's not voting for Donald Trump, but it's like, fool. He had people running through the Capitol saying, hang Mike Pence. That would have been enough for me to say, in 2021, if he runs for office again, I'm not voting for him, and I'm voting for whoever runs against him. So for him to say that I just can't vote for Kamala because I just don't agree with her policies, it's like, oh my God. You'll say you're not going to vote for Trump, but you're not going to vote for Kamala. Just get out of here. Just leave us alone. So yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, former governor of California, stood up and said, no more of this. Let's get ourselves rid of this cancer. So I was happy to see it. And we need more like him. It's not too late. It is later than I would have liked, but it's not too late. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
You know wagwan, when you turn me around, wagwan, when the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going, like bum bum bum, throw it back then rotation, flicker it and that season, shine bright as that season, girl you know you are a jam 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 jam, jam 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 jam, jam 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 jam, sounding like you're wasting every time.
Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.